Hi guys, it's Hannah here and welcome to HF Budgets. Welcome to May week 3 cash stuffing. We should be cash stuffing $310 this week, so let's go ahead and give it a count. We have 51, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 5, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 300, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. So we are going to go ahead, you might not be able to see, I'm going to put the 50s and 20s together for the time being, and we'll pull when we need. And then we can put all the others back into their spots, Perfect. So jumping in, we are not stuffing my wallet this week because I am still in Europe, so I'm pre-filming this, and we don't need any wallet spending, so let's jump right into our binders. So into our brown binder, starting with personal health. Personal health is getting its usual $5. So now in personal health, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100, 1, and 2. 102 in personal health. Household is also getting $5 this week. And we now have 20, 40, 50, 55, and $60 in household. Skincare is going to be getting $5, so now we have 50, 70, 90, 100, and 105. Emergency, we are actually finishing the savings challenge that we have in here by NessaBudgets. We are adding $10 this week, and we get to cross off the last two $5 spaces. For this challenge, so we should have $500 here. We have 1, 2, 3, 400 in the bank, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500, which is awesome. I will go ahead and stick this to the side. I'm going to keep the money in this envelope, and then I'll take that next 100 that we have to the bank, and then we'll keep stuffing emergency. I don't know if I'll add another emergency fund challenge in here. We'll see. I don't have anything in the queue for that, but I do have a lot of challenges, so it might be fun to add. Christmas is going to be getting $10 as well this week, and so now in Christmas we have $200 in the bank, 10, 15, and 16. So $216 in Christmas. Car maintenance is going to be getting $5. And so now in car maintenance we have 1, 2, 3 in the bank, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 81, 2, 3, and 4. 384. We're close to our next 100, and then that is going to be all in our brown binder. We will jump into our green sinking fund binder. Today Costco, that's fine. Costco is going to be getting one of our 50s today. So now in Costco we have 51, 20, 40, 60, 70, 170 in Costco, which is great. Loving that. H Mart today is going to be getting $10. Now in H Mart we have 20, 40, 60, 80, $90. And I am going to cap that at 100, so we are very close to that. Friends is going to be getting $10. I feel like we're speeding through this. But now Friends has 20, 30, 40, and 50. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. We're getting straight to the point. Personal spending this week is getting $10, so now it has 20. And then travel is getting $10, so it now has 40 in this travel envelope. We are going to be adding to our A5 travel binder again this week, which is great, which is why it's also in view. It's like I didn't know where to put it, but there's fine. Hannah is getting $10 today, so now Hannah has 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, and 15. So 215 in Hannah. Clothing is getting $5. We're building this back up, so it now has 10. Gifts is getting $5 this week, and so now in gifts we have 20, 40, 50, and 55. 30, 40, and Thriving is also getting $5, and so now we have 20, 30, 35, and 40. And 30, Flirty, and Thriving. Budgeting items is not getting anything this week, but we are going to jump to Disney spending, and Disney spending is going to get 5. So now in Disney spending, we have 20, 30, 35, and 36. And last in this binder, we have Tech, and Tech is getting 5, and so we have 100, 5, and 10 in Tech. Beautiful. And that is all for our green binder. We are going to jump over into our travel binder here. This is where that other 50 is going to be going. We are stuffing $50 into travel miscellaneous, which is our local travel. And so we have $500, $600, $700, $800, and $900 saved for our 4th of July trip. The $500 placeholder is actually going to be going towards the Airbnb that we booked. So I'll have $400 spending for that. And then we are going to add this $50 to our 2nd July trip, which is a Vegas trip that I'm going on. And so we are saving for tickets to see Kelly Clarkson currently. So we have 100, 250, 70, 80, 1, 2, and 3. 283 for our Vegas trip. And that is looking good. So I'm going to set that to the side. All right, jumping into our last binder today, we are going, I'm sorry, not our last binder, our last, second to last, because we're doing Debt Story, and that's a binder, but jumping into here, the first one we are going to stuff is our Savings with Friends Challenge book by Budget with Amanda, and I realized I didn't take the sticker off, so give me a second, I'm going to take this sticker off. Okay, so last week we scratched a number 4, and then we are doing another heart. So in total, we're adding $7 into our savings book. So we would do a little heart for our memory. And then we are going to go ahead and scratch our next, what we're saving for next week. So we'll do this one up here. And it is a number 9. So we'll be doing that $9 space on the Moana, and then we'll do another memory for 3, so we'll stuff $12 total in here next week. Let's go ahead and add the money in for this week. So now in our 2 savings challenges that we're working on, we have 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, $38. All right, next up we have this, we're skipping our blank envelope there. We're gonna jump into our Pizza Fridays. And we are doing this $29 this week. So 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Perfect. Because we had a little extra to work with, I wanted to work on some of the big numbers. So we're doing this 29. Let's go ahead and add it and see what we have. So we have currently $400 in the bank, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that's 500, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. 519 in our Pizza Fridays. This savings challenge I got over on Etsy from MikaelaCreationsCo. Jumping over to our Bloom into Savings by the Darling Dollars. This was a free Kofi find, and this week we are adding $17. 17, and we are doing, I forgot. We are doing a 8 and a 9. I wanted to knock some of these big numbers out. And this is going to be going towards an extra car payments. So now in Bloom into Savings, we have 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, and 35. And this one will save us $225 once we are done with it. So good start there. All right, jumping into the first of our 2 annual challenges, we are doing this May challenge by Buttercup Budgets. It is getting $9, so we're finishing up the last 3 butterflies to complete May. I get to cross those off. 1, 2, and 3, and it was $9 because I allocated each butterfly to be $3. So for May and Buttercup budgets, we save 20, 25, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So $36 for May. And I don't remember, I'm going to keep it in here from now. I'll paper clip it after this video because I want to condense it before I paper clip it. And then I'll stick it in the back of the binder. But we're also finishing May for Budget with Amanda. So this is a second annual or year-long challenge that I'm doing with, and we're finishing it with $4. So we're doing the 2, 1 for 3, and another 1 for 4. So May with Budget with Amanda saved us 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 28. And I am actually going to pull both of these. I don't have a paper clip, but I will stick them together, and I'm going to go to the back here and put it in our empty envelope. I decided to change this out, so I have the first 4 months in one clear envelope, and I'll probably do 4 months at a time just so they don't get too big. And I'm going to jump to the, not to the back, to the front here, and we're going to pull in our next 2 challenges for our annuals. So for Buttercup budgets, we have this June. I allocated each popsicle to be $3. And then our second is by Budget with Amanda, and these, I think they're so cute, and I'm really happy with the year-longs that I chose because I think I'm really liking the graphics on these. So we will add those in for next time. I'm not skipping any weeks, so if a month has 5 weeks, we're still stuffing it, so that is why we're a little bit ahead. F1 is not getting anything as there was no races last week, so we can move on, and we are going to jump into our Budget with Carly, Color and Save, and we are adding $9 into this one, which should be our 5 of these ones. And we are finishing out our $3 spaces, so we're doing the last part of our handle here on our mug. So we will go ahead and color this in. I realized I didn't have a rhyme or reason for the colors that I chose for this, so it'll be an interesting looking one at the end, but that is a-okay. So all we have left on our Color and Save with Budget with Carly are our $2 spaces and our $1 spaces. We are nearing the end of this one. We've been doing this for a while now, so it's excited to see it come together. And now in Budget with Carly, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89. I think this is going to go to emergency. Initially it was going to go to invest. It's still undecided. I'm trying to figure out what the priority is, and I think right now it is to make sure that I have $1,000 in a like everyday emergency fund, and then once we get there we can go back to investing and then work on our long-term emergency fund, which is at 3 months of expenses. All right, jumping into our last savings challenge here. It's by the Fancy Dollar over on Instagram. It's okay to feel all the feels, and we are adding $20 this week. And we are not going to miss out on the one that we missed last week. So we're going to do a $12 space and then this $8 space for 20. Alright, so now in our Inside Out challenge, we have 20, 40, 60, 65, 66, and 67. So we are just over halfway on that one, which is awesome and very exciting. I don't know where that's going to go yet, but it might be broken down into a couple different categories. And that concludes that savings challenge binder. The very last thing we are going to do this week is we are going to jump into our debt story. We do add $5 into this binder every week. Every video. So we're stuffing it multiple times a week. And so we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This concept was created by Steph's on a Budget. I have her tagged down below, her YouTube channel, and that's also where I got all of the inserts and the prop coins. So we put our $5 in the bank. Let's grab our prop coins, and it looks like we ended on envelope number 1, which is where we will start this week. I'll grab my die. The way that I do this is if I roll a 1 or a 2, it gets 1 coin. If I roll a 3 or a 4, it gets 2, and if I roll a 5 or a 6, it'll get 3. And let's get rolling. Starting off good with 2. Ooh, 3 in number 2. 3 in number 3. I don't know if we'll get super far if we're getting all big numbers. But that is Okay, 1 and number 5, 3 and number 6, and so our last one will go into number 7, which means we will start on number 8 next time. Alright, jumping back to number 1, I'm gonna call our pen. It got 2 50-cent coins, and so we are working on this one from Savvy Girl Saves. And so we get to, each space is 25 cents on all of these, so we have 25, 50, 75, $1. And we are getting it close to the end on that one. Next up, number 2 got 3. And we have 25, 50, 75 cents going into this one. This one is by Saving with Sam. So we have 25, 50, and 75. So we have first 2 rows done on that one. Next, jumping into number 3, we have This Year the Very Best by Life with Me Eileen, and it got 25, 50, and 75. So we have 25, 50, and 75. We're halfway done with that one. 4 also got 3, and 4 is Saturn's Fault, this cute little flower bear. And so we have 25, 50, and 75. That seems to be the theme. So we have 25, 50, and 75 on this one. It's great. Number 5 just got 1. It got 25 cents. And it needed 50 to be completed. That is okay. We'll mark off the 25 cents. If we get to this envelope next week, we will definitely complete that. Jumping to number 6. Number 6 is by Damari Divine Creations, and it got 50, 75, and $1. So we have 25, 50, 75, and $1 on our pink bow. And challenge number 7 this week got 50 cents, and this is by Becca Can Budget, Hello Sunshine. So we get to knock off 2 flowers, so we have 25 and 50 for this one. Fantastic. So nothing completed this week, but I feel like we've been completing a lot, so I'm not upset about that. We'll go ahead and add our coins back to the back. And it looks like we were close on one of them, so maybe we'll be able to finish that one our next video. And that is all for our debt story. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in this cash stuffing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and let me know how you're doing. Yeah. All right. That is all, and I will see you all next time.